Now, continuing our trig ratios, we're going to be using a calculator. And if you have a different calculator, you need to check one thing, especially this has to be in degree mode. By default, the TI-36 is in degree mode, so you won't have to change any settings on that. Now, we can use our calculator to find these values directly. And so we'll be using our calculator. And I'm going to do several problems, so I'm going to number them. Let's say I want to know the value of the sine of 55 degrees, and I'm not given a drawing or a diagram or anything, and so I have to use my calculator. I don't know how long the sides are or anything like that, so I just want to find the sine of 55. In this calculator, you're going to type your 55 in first, and then hit your sine key. So for the trig functions or operations here, for this calculator, we had to put the angle in first, okay? If you do it in the other direction, you're not going to get the correct answer. Let's say we'll do another sine. It doesn't matter. Let's say I want to find the sine of 71 degrees in 26 minutes. Well, what I would do on my calculator is I want this all in degrees. Now remember, there are 60 minutes per 1 degree. So how would I type that in? I would type sine, and I can hit my parenthesis and put 71 degrees plus, that's 26 out of 60, and close my parentheses. So let's hit sine, parenthesis, 71 plus 26 divided by 60. That converts it to a decimal or fraction in degrees. Close your parenthesis. So as a decimal, that'd be 71.433. Hit enter, hit sine, and we get 0.948. Okay, I'm going to write another one down, and I want you to try to put that in the calculator first. We're going to find the tan of 18 degrees and 51 minutes. So if you'll pause and try that yourself first. That's the tan of 18 degrees plus 51 over 60. So we put 18 plus 51 divided by 60, close. That's changed it to a decimal. Hit my tan key, and I get 0.3414. Again, in the homework, they'll specify how far to go out. Now, another thing we can do on the calculator, and we'll be using this, like I said, with some applications, is if I'm given the value of sine, cosine, or tan, I can go backwards and find the value of an angle. So and we're going to need to do that on a calculator. It's not anything that we could do in our head anyway. So let's say, for example, I'm told that the cosine of some angle, I'll just call it A, is equal to 0.296. Well, I want to go back. Well, what was angle A to begin with? Okay, now what we can do is you're going to put this number in, 0.296. You're going to enter that in. Then you're going to hit your second key. Then you're going to hit your cosine. Our second key gives us inverse or backwards operations, and that will tell me what angle here, the cosine of This angle gives me that. Well, let's look and see. So we're going to put in 0.296. I hit my second key. You see that's in blue. And that gives me the inverse cosine. That's what that little -1 means. So angle A is 72.78 degrees. Let me write that down. Now let's say I want it in degrees and minutes. Let's say I don't want a decimal. Well, the 72 is fine. That's 72 degrees. Now let me show you a quick way to find minutes. Take off the 72 so that you just have the decimal sitting here. That way you don't have to retype it in. Now, if I divide by 60 to change minutes to degrees, to change degrees to minutes, I multiply by 60. And I'll just round that to 47 minutes, 47 whole minutes. Okay, so you may want to pause and write down what we did. We had that sitting in the calculator. If we want in whole degrees and minutes, I'm going to subtract that, and that leaves me the decimal 0.78, blah, blah, blah. It's very long. And I multiplied by 60 to get that. Okay, you try this one here. Let's say I know that the tan of some angle A is, and you can use any letter to represent an angle, but just call it angle A, is this. I want you to pause, and the first thing I want you to do is see if you can get the angle in decimal degrees, and then you might try to go ahead and get it in degrees and minutes, and make sure you know how to use your calculator. Okay, here we go. We got 0.654. That was tangent, so we do second tan. That gives me 33.18, blah, 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 degrees. I'm just going to write down the first part. Now, if I want it in whole degrees and minutes, well, I know it's 33 whole degrees, so let me take off the 33, and I've got that nice decimal there, times 60. This saves me a lot of steps. And I'm going to round that to 11 whole minutes. So practice this, and then what we'll do is look at the next lesson where we'll actually use this to find some missing measures.